Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Hello, welcome YouTube. Welcome TikTok. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. I came in a little early. We're gonna start at the usual, 11 o'clock. We're just gonna wait for people to come in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, and I do not own the rights to this music. As you know. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I do not own the rights to this music. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hi, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Risha the Writers. Evening Sips and Tales. We might do something a little different tonight. Might do some Q&A. We might do some, just let everybody know, a little bit more about me and how I decided to become a writer and all that good stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome TikTokers. Welcome YouTubers. I hope you guys got your wine, you got your whatever libations you like to drink, your shots, your wine coolers, your sweet tea, your water, whatever. Yep, I'm gonna get started in a few minutes. I just want to just wait a few more minutes for more people to get on live. Yeah, I just want to welcome you guys to Risha the Writers, Evening Sips and Tales, adult content. Of course, you know, I do not own the rights to this music. Okay, I'm almost gonna start just a few moments, y'all. Just working on this song. Welcome, welcome to Risha the Writers, Evening Sips and Tales. All right, welcome, welcome everybody to Evening Sips and Tales with Risha the Writer. And we're gonna get started soon. You guys wanna like my live, whatever you wanna do, it's up to y'all. Send me something, send me not, I don't care. Just welcome, welcome, welcome to Risha the Writers, Evening Sips and Tales. And like I said, I don't own the rights to this music. Everybody knows that every time I read or go live, I play my son's hello. I play my son's music that he was recording when he was here. He passed, of course, y'all know he passed suddenly last year. So I pay homage to my baby every time I go live because it helps me to move on and move forward to what I'm doing. So yeah. So like I said, I don't own the rights to this music, but yeah, just like my lives, love me, whatever, heart me, whatever they call it. Like I said, I'm still kind of new to this thing, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna get started today. Um, it's a few people on here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Oh, set some love here. Give me some love. Give me some love here. Okay. All right. So let me cut down the baby stuff here. Okay. Like I said today, I may read a little something today, but I want you guys to be aware that I do have a YouTube channel. It's Risha the Writer um, on YouTube. I have the podcast that has all the videos um, that's on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe and to my YouTube channel, that'd be great. Because sometimes I may not be able to go live on TikTok. I will go live on YouTube, and like I said, all my stuff will be on there. And like I said, I'm almost finishing up, wrapping up some things for my first book to come out, and I will be posting it on YouTube. How you can purchase it, also on TikTok as well. But like I said in the beginning, when I write my stories, I will be reading all my 5 stories in its entirety on YouTube. So you guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Risha the Writer, and get subscribed. So when I get my books totally completed, which is almost in the works, I am going to read them in its entirety. You guys will have a chance to purchase them as well. So I am super excited. And I just want to talk a little tonight. Like I said, I hope you guys got your wine, and your drinks or whatever you drink. Um, just want to talk about how I um started writing. If you guys got any questions, or like I said, if you guys have not heard of me and it's your first time seeing me on YouTube or on TikTok, I am Risha the Writer, and I write erotica, love drama, suspense stories. And you can go on my page and you can actually see them. I have them there if you want to go ahead on and take a listen. That'd be super awesome. And welcome everybody. Welcome. Um, like I said, yeah, I just want to talk about how I got started. And I've been writing stories since I was in middle school. I actually still have this story, which I am gonna change into, write it in its entirety too. I wrote a story when I was in middle school. Um, I don't know where it come from, but I just love writing stories. I guess because um, me being the age I am, beautiful 50. Um, I um, I'm a hopeless romantic. So in the 80s, if you know, some of you know, maybe some of you don't. In the 80s and 90s, they love was a big thing, romance and um family, and the white picket fence and the house and the dog, and all that stuff is just was just in your face all the time, and that's what I loved about it. So when I was little, I used to watch the black and white movies with my mom, and then after that, um, I started watching just a lot of stories and stuff. I don't watch scary movies because I am a punk. I don't do scary. I'm a chicken. But so yeah, so I'm really into romantic stuff, and ever since then, I just been writing. And even when I was in middle school, like I mentioned, I wrote a story about a young girl trying to raise her sister and her brother, because her parents died or something. Their parents died in a crash or something like that, and she was raising them, and she was still in high school. So yeah, I've been writing a long time, and I'm so glad that I'm able to dig really deep in, and get this stuff out here. So to whoever wants to read it, I am grateful to. I don't care if it's one. I don't care if it's 10. I don't care if it's 2000, whatever. I just want to put it out there. Whoever wants to receive it, it's there. So yeah. So like I said, I have written I have written 5 stories. They're just not totally complete just yet. I am in the process of getting the first one done. It should be done hopefully soon, so you guys can start get that first ebook. So I'm super excited. Hello, hello, welcome to my live, you guys, on TikTok and YouTube. Hello, how you doing? I hope you have your wine glass. I hope you have your beer, your vodka, your shots, your cut waters, whatever you want to drink, whatever your favorite drink, even if it's water, tea, or soda, whatever. Just have your drinks ready. Like I said, today I am just gonna, well, tonight I am gonna talk a little bit on how I got started writing and what um encouraged me. Thank y'all. What encouraged me to do certain things. So, um, yeah. So that's what I was saying. I already talked about middle school. Talking about how I got encouraged looking at black and white movies, and also another big thing. Um, when I was in middle school, of course, back in those days in the 80s. Yes, I am beautiful 50 again. Anyway, back in the days, you remember you guys? They used to have, well, some of you may remember, they had videos. Remember, MTV came on. They remember MTV starting having videos, and then people, they would have those videos mostly have storylines most majority of the time. So I was really into that because I know when my mom and my dad we had just got cable when we moved to close to it's I forgot where we were, but we are had just got cable, and I got hooked on MTV. Me and my sister got hooked on MTV, and then next thing you know, BET came out, and I'm like, what? And mostly the music that we listened to, most of the black music we listened to, they didn't have videos. But the other music that I listened to, like the pop and stuff like that, they had videos on MTV. So MTV didn't show all that. So then when I had BET videos, so Midnight Love, man, don't tell me about the Midnight Love. Midnight Love was that thing. That was my life because I am hopeless romantic. Looking at Midnight Love, all the slow jams that came on, every last video they made back then, you guys, in the 80s and 90s, they had storylines. And I promise you, and it just make you want to just fall in love. You know how they have couples holding hands and walking together and on the beach and they looking in each other's eyes all lovingly, and you know it was just such a cool thing to see growing up, you know what I'm saying? And we used to dance to all the videos too, dancing to the videos. But when Midnight Love came on, of course I couldn't be up. I was supposed to be asleep. Shh, don't tell my mom that. Anyway, but they had VCR, so I would record it. I record Midnight Love, see what videos I missed and everything. They premiere the slow jams on there. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, so those videos, those black and white movies, um, those romance movies in the 80s and 90s, all that stuff play a big part into how I'm writing right now. Like I said, back in middle school, I wrote my first book, and ever since then, anything I do with love, I am on it. Every video, and my sister say, "You just, you like that song, like that song." Some of the songs I like were old, like they call old soul, because I was old soul. I like, I think I was listening to people like Freddie Jackson and like the Whispers and I don't know. It's just older artists that were still pretty good back in the day, still. But during our time, we supposed to be listening to New Edition and Houdini and LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? I was doing all that, but I was into the love stuff. You know what I'm saying? You talking about you gonna love me and we gonna get married and we having babies and it's all this and that. Oh my goodness. I was so into that stuff. And that's what really drives me now, to write. And still to this day, you can ask anybody. I have actually it's on YouTube. I actually have a playlist called Stories with Old School Feel. That playlist is 180 songs of all slow jams. Every slow jams. I'm telling you, from the 80s, the 90s, some a little bit of 70s, because I was a 70s baby too. But it's slow. You're going, dang, that's all she listens to. I'm telling you, those songs. When I see those, I can get on there and start writing because it makes my wheels turn in my brain. It's like, okay, you make a story about that. And then one thing I do know is looking at them videos and those movies. I would actually, and I call it my blessing because I would actually go to sleep and dream the story up. Let's say I was dreaming about, okay, let's say I was looking at I'm just gonna put somebody out, a Donnell Jones video, and he got this storyline about one about maybe going to a club or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I go to bed thinking, oh, because I love my Donnell Jones. I'll say that because that's my dude. Donnell Jones is my dude. Everybody know that's my dude. Anyways, so looking at that video, I can actually dream up a story according to what I saw. And it's not even not like, okay, not the video from like from beginning to the end. I can just say, okay, I'm gonna write about a guy that walked into a club. He saw this girl, and then after that, I can say, oh, they had some altercation at the club, or whatever. And then after a video, videos last what like what was like 4 or 5 minutes, I think, back in the days. And after that, that's it. But just imagine me. I would go to sleep and dream from that video, and then I can just make up something after that. My mind would just keep going, like, okay, after the club they did this and they went on a date and this that's how it was with me. I can actually dream up a story from beginning to the end. And what makes it so cool about this gift that I have, thank you Lord for giving it to me, is that when like I said, when I go to sleep and dream a story, and let's say I'm at the middle of something and I'm in it, and I know y'all think, okay, so ain't no way you can go back to sleep and pick up where you left off. Absolutely can. I absolutely can. I can actually go back, close my eyes, start back where I left off, and finish the dream up. And then that's how I come up with my stories. All these stories has been dreamed up from beginning to the end. Even though I have not completed some of them, I still remember it because it's a dream. I remember it. It's from beginning to the end. So like some of them, I can say one of my like got halfway, but I already know how it's gonna end because already dreamed it up. And these stories that I had for so long, like I said, the ones I had in middle school, of course, I wrote those down. But the older I got, I dreamed them up. Even when I was married with kids, in high school, in the college time I went, all that stuff, I still was dreaming stories, starting from beginning to the end. And even if I say, okay, I don't even want to end like that, I can say in my mind, I can be dreaming. I don't even want to do it like that. I can start it back over or go back onto place and say, okay, I want this to happen, then change the ending. And I know it sounds weird, but I am so blessed, and I'm so glad, excuse me, glad, so glad that God gave me that gift to go to sleep and dream a full story. You guys, dream a full story from beginning to end. Like I said, I can just watch a video. I can make up stories just like that. Like I said, I was telling my friend, I was watching, I don't know if you guys know Avant, that song, Read Your Mind, Read My Mind. I made a story of that. I promise I did, because I love Avant. I love the song. I actually made a story off that, just that video. The video wasn't, what, 3, 4 minutes long. I actually made a whole story about that moment, how this girl, he thinks this girl was looking at him, but she wasn't, but she kind of was. But I made it to where it is a story. I had everybody names, everything, and I think that's so awesome. Thank y'all for the love and everything. Yeah, so I just want to talk, like I said, I just want to talk about how I Um, Came across this gift that the Lord gave me. Amen. Amen. And how I know for a fact, I know He's gonna let me prosper with this. Like I said, I don't care if I get one book, 10 books, 10,000 books, 2,000. Long as it's out there, like I said, whoever wants it to receive it is there. And like I said, excuse me, I do have my videos on YouTube, all 8 episodes, 8 snippets. If you want to catch up on that, go on YouTube and just go on my podcast. Go on my channel to Reach the Rider, go to podcast, and it has all of them on the playlist, and just hit play. I promise you guys gonna enjoy it. Like I said, I got snippets of each story. Most of the stories that you're gonna hear on those snippets are the one with Marcus and Shayla that seems to be everybody's favorite, and that's the one I'm actually gonna bring out first. And that's actually the one that my son that passed, he loved that story. So that's actually going to be the very first one that I'm going to bring out. And I have been working hard, you guys. I've been working on my book covers, been doing some editing. I am super, super, super excited for this. Um, yeah, so just want to talk about that. Let's see. I was gonna do some Q&A. I don't know if there's too many people on here or not. Anybody want to ask a question about or just want to say anything about what I said on YouTube here or on TikTok? I think mostly gonna be on TikTok because I don't think that many people on YouTube. But either way it goes, I'm just glad to be live. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on here till like 11:30, 11:40. I used to stay on for 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. But yeah. So like I said, I am working on everything. Just wanted to talk about how I came about this. And yeah, let's see. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. Chrissy, Relina, I think she's been on for a minute. Look, Clara's on here. Welcome, 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 you guys. Thank you for popping in. If you don't stay long, I don't care. Just glad you popped in. And the same thing on YouTube. Hello, hello, welcome. Monica, thank you for joining me on YouTube. Whoever else is joining, I don't know if it's just the one or not. But anyway, I still love it. I don't care if it don't have to be 0 or 1 2 7. I don't care. Um, so I think I might read a little something, you guys. What y'all think? Should I read a little something else? Because I have been working a little bit on Marcus and Shayla. Anybody wanna listen to a little bit? I guess I can read a little bit. Um, I know I have. See, I'm going to read a little bit on how when Shayla actually came back the very first time. I don't know if you guys remember this or not. Like I said, I'm not gonna read too much because I don't want to keep reading it too much right now. But I do want to read a little bit to where, like I said, Shayla comes back from the first time um, from her modeling thing in London, and when she meets up with everyone. So I can start there. Let y'all hear a little bit of some of the stuff I've edited for Marcus and Shayla. Like I said, welcome, welcome to Evening Sips and Chills. You guys, this is adult content. Um, Please be 18 or older if you're listening. And also, you guys can love my live on YouTube and TikTok. That'd be super awesome. Gifts are welcome. Whatever you want to do is fine. Let's see. Okay, let's see. You guys bear with me. I'm just trying to scroll up, see where that at. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna start. Shoot. No, I ain't get started. Let's see. Sorry, I said I was gonna start when Sheila came back for the first time. Let's see. You guys bear with me. I hope you guys enjoyed my little talk about how I started writing since middle school, how I dream of my stories, how the 80s and 90s music has influenced me a whole lot. 80s and 90s videos, 2000%. black and white movies, all love romance movies. Oh my goodness, I love it. Um, hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. So, like I said, I'm setting this up to where Shayla comes back the first time from being gone years in London doing her modeling thing. Let's see. Right. Okay, let's see. I didn't know I wrote so much, you guys. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me pause this all the way. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, when they finally touched down in Atlanta, Shayla couldn't wait to get to her new house and freshen up before seeing anyone. This place was beautiful. It didn't even look like anyone had ever lived there. It had the kind of peaceful stillness she never found in Paris. She looked pleased with the house. Excuse me, you look pleased with the house, boss lady. Did I do good? Lisa asked. Shayla turned into a slow circle, taking it all in. Lisa, you did amazing. I absolutely love it. It feels like home. There's something about this place. It's warm. It feels like it's mine already. Do you feel that? Lisa raised her eyebrow and grinned. No, boss lady, I don't feel a thing. Shayla burst out laughing. That's all right. I feel it enough for the both of us. I'm going to go upstairs and wash up. You can do the same. Just pick any bedroom you like, and we can meet downstairs. As Shayla took a long shower, she plopped on the bed with her towel still wrapped around her and roll over a little to grab her phone on the end table. She proceeded to call Keisha. Hey girl, guess where I am? Shayla said excitedly. Girl, where? I'm back home. I know you fucking lying, Shayla. For real? Yes, ma'am. I just got in about an hour and a half ago. Well, damn. What hotel are you in? I'm coming to see you. I'm not in the hotel, actually. I rented out a house for a while. Well, damn. We can tell where the money is, Keisha laughed. Girl, no, it ain't nothing like that. Really big, you are a well-known supermodel. Your bank is probably overflowing. I admit I have money, but not like that. Whatever. Send me your location. I'm on the way, said Keisha. Now I'm going to read to where her and Keisha, of course, they got together. They went to the house, whatever. Now I'm going to read to where they show up for the barbecue. Let's see. All right. It was that time again, the annual cookout. Technically, it was Keisha's turn to host. But with her funds acting a little funny lately, the cookout ended up at Marcus' house instead. As they pulled to the driveway, Shayla couldn't hide the nerves bubbling in her chest. Girl, she said, adjusting her sunglasses and checking her reflection in the mirror for the 10th time. I'm nervous as hell. I don't know what I'm even going to say except his status. She smirked. You're overthinking it, babe. Shayla sighed and tried to laugh. Yeah, I guess you're right. I need to relax. They got to the car and walked up the stone pathway to Marcus's front door. Shayla slowed the pace and looked around, eyes wide. Wait, did he get a new house or am I just tripping? No, you're not tripping. He did, Keisha said casually. His fiance's ideas. She's all about flash image and raise a brow. Why do you talk about her like that? She can't be that bad. Keisha let out a psh. Just wait till you meet her ass. Definitely not Marcus type. Trust me. Before Shayla could respond, Keisha pressed the doorbell. Seconds later, the door opened and a butler answered. A butler? Shayla whispered underneath her breath. Her eyes scanned the luxurious foyer behind him. Pristine marble floors, massive chandeliers, gold accents, and the smell of something expensive lingering in the air. He really living different now, she thought, both surprised and slightly uncomfortable. The butler stepped aside and gestured them in. Welcome, Mr. Marcus is in the backyard with the other guests. Shayla and Keisha walked inside, their sneakers squeaking across the stone floors. The whole place looked like something out of a luxury home magazine. Definitely not the cozy, warm vibes she remembered when she used to live with him. Excuse me. He really let her turn his life into a showroom. Shayla muttered under her breath. Keisha chuckled. Told you. They made their way through the house and onto the back patio where the cookout was in full swing. Music was playing, people were laughing, and the grill was going strong. It smelled like summer and memories. And there she saw him, Marcus. He was at the grill looking fine as ever in his short sleeve linen shirt, gold rope chain glaring in the sun, and the same familiar smirk on his face as he laughed with some of his friends. Shayla froze. Keisha nudged her. Don't just stand there like you seen a ghost, girl. You said he was the same, Shayla whispered. He is. Just upgraded. Marcus turned and saw her. His smile dropped for a split second, eyes locking with hers. Then slowly that smirk crept back onto his face as he walked toward her. Well, well, well. If it isn't Shayla the supermodel. Shayla gave a faint smile, unsure if it was being playful or throwing shade. Either way, it landed a little off. Hey, Marcus, it's been a while. Yep, sure has. For a second, she didn't know what to do. Should she hug him, shake his hand? She decided to play it safe and extended her hand. Marcus looked at her like she was crazy. Really, girl? You act like we just met. Bring it in. He pulled her into a hug before she could even respond. And just like that, his arms wrapped around her and everything she tried to bury came rushing back. That old feeling, warmth, safety, the familiar scent of him, soap, oil, and memories. For the moment, she let herself breathe it in until her mind snapped back. Fiance, she reminded herself. He belongs to someone now. As they pulled apart, Marcus let his eyes roam over him with a smirk. Damn, you look good as fuck. No disrespect. She blushed, trying to keep it cute. Thank you, Mark. You're looking good too. I see you've been in the gym heavy. It's working for you. He smiled at her compliment, clearly soaking it in. You always knew how to gas me up. Before Shayla could respond, Keisha cut in, smirking. Excuse me, y'all lovebirds. I'm going over there where Kelvin and Mia are. Shayla blinked. Wait, Kelvin's here? Yep, Keisha said over her shoulder and still annoying as ever. I'll catch up with you, Shayla said, still a little surprised that Kelvin was even still around, and clearly with Mia. Marcus leaned casually on the patio railing. So, you really came back after all this time? Shayla tucked a piece of her hair behind her ear. Yeah, I needed a break from Paris, and I miss home. You missed us? She hesitated. Yeah, I missed you too, Marcus. They both stood there in silence for a beat too long. Then Shayla looked away, pretending to be interested in someone setting up a table of desserts. I should probably go say hey to other folks, she said. Yeah, cool. Marcus nodded, but his eyes lingered. As Shayla walked away, she could feel his gaze trailing her. And no matter how much she tried to shake it, her heart was beating like it remembered something her mind was trying to forget. Gabrielle had been watching the entire reunion from the patio steps. She didn't miss a thing, especially the way Marcus looked at Shayla like time had stopped, and that hug way too long for her taste. Her stomach twisted as she stood there, arms folded, trying not to cause a scene. But the longer she watched, the more she felt a ghetto version of herself threatening to come to the surface. This Shayla chick gonna make me act up, she thought, her eyes narrowed. Composing herself, Gabrielle smoothed down her designer dress, excuse me, and walked over to where Marcus was and casually leaned against the railing, still clearly watching Shayla. She placed a possessive kiss on his cheek and looped her arm around his. So, who was that? With Keisha? She asked, her tone light, but with a bit of shade underneath. Marcus turned slightly. You remember Shayla? The one I told you about? We used to talk a little before she left Paris. She left for Paris, excuse me. Oh, right, she said with a Sugary fake smile. The one who ghosted you with no explanation. Yep, I remember now. Marcus gave her a sharp look. Really, Gabrielle? She batted her lashes like she was innocent, but her hand stayed clutched to his arm like her little life depended on it. I do want to introduce you to, Marcus said coolly, brushing off her attitude. You should meet her. I want all of us to be good, close even. Gabrielle's brows arch. Close? Marcus, baby, is that really necessary? I mean, I don't mind being cordial, but friends, that might be a little much, don't you think? Marcus sighed and looked away, jaw tightening. Gabrielle, what? She said, still smiling, but now clearly annoyed. I'm just being honest. He blew out a frustrated breath. He hated when Gabrielle started acting like this, like some high society snob with a superiority complex. It was one of the few things about her that rubbed him the wrong way. And right now, she was laying it on thick. Just try, he said more firmly. For me. Gabrielle forced a smile, but her eyes were still locked on Shayla like a target. Of course, baby, anything for you. But in her mind, she was already plotting. Okay, let's go to. I'm gonna go to where Gabrielle actually shows up. Okay, so am I freezing, you guys? It says I'm freezing on and off. Can y'all? Is it back so normal now? Anybody? Just want to make sure. Am I good? Am I freezing over here on YouTube? Am I freezing as well? Okay, I guess not. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm gonna continue just a little bit more and then I'm gonna stop because I'm like I said, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Um all right, let's see. Okay, so here we go. As Shayla turned back to Keisha, she spotted Marcus walking over, Gabrielle in tow. Shayla straightened her posture just slightly. Keisha rolled her eyes before taking a long sip of her drink. Here we go, she muttered underneath her breath. Gabrielle was wearing a fitted yellow designer dress that screamed money and minimalism. Her hair was sleek, her makeup flawless, and her expression carried the kind of practiced politeness by only bougie brunches and exclusive network events could perfect. Shayla, Marcus said with the same warm smile on his face, this is Gabrielle, my fiance. Gabrielle extended her manicured hand, her smile almost too perfect. The famous Shayla, she said with a tone that tiptoed between admiration and condescension. Wow, you are even pretty in person. Paris clearly treated you well. Shayla smiled politely and took her hand. Thank you, you're stunning yourself. I know, Gabrielle said with a soft laugh, brushing invisible length off her dress. I try. Keisha nearly choked on her drink. Marcus shot her a look. Shayla held her composure, amused more than anything. I've heard good things about you. Oh, really? Gabrielle raised a perfect arch eyebrow. Like what? Well, Shayla started slowly, side eyeing Keisha, who was smirking now. That you're stylish and that you helped Marcus upgrade. Gabrielle giggled lightly. I suppose someone had to. Marcus cleared his throat. Gabby. What? She said instantly, slipping her arm through like she was claiming territory. I'm just being honest, boo. Shayla bit her tongue. She wasn't going to take that bait that easily. Well, Gabrielle said, turning her attention back to Shayla, I do hope you stay long enough to enjoy the food. You'll find Marcus has come a long way in the grill department since your day. She blinked, smiling sweetly. Oh, I never complain about his cooking, just the company. Marcus stifled a laugh. Keisha let out a loud, like she was watching a tennis match. Gabrielle's smile tightened ever so slightly. Well, let me go check on a few things, Gabrielle said quickly, still composed. So nice to meet you, Shayla, truly. You too, Shayla said, cool and collected. As Gabrielle walked off toward the patio bar, Keisha leaned in with a sly grin. Ooh, child. If fake was a fragrance, she'd be the whole bottle. Shayla snorted, shaking her head. She's something. Something fake, Keisha muttered. Marcus lingered for a moment, eyes still on Shayla. You good? Shayla nodded. Yeah, actually I am. I am sorry about this, Shay. I don't know why she's acting like this towards you. I do, Keisha said, interjected. She's jealous. Hell, probably threatened because my girl is 5. I'm sure she's not jealous of me, girl. She just seems to be uncomfortable with Marcus and I getting acquainted again. Yeah, I agree with Shay. And plus, she is new to the group, and she may be a little uncomfortable. Mark, you kidding, right? That girl knows all of us, said Shayla. Clearly, her rudeness is pointing to Shay, and said Kelvin. All right. So that's that. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I probably read some of the same thing. I can't even remember. I did so many videos, but I don't think I did. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, like I said, I enjoyed telling you guys how I got started and um, what encouraged me to write and what keeps me going. And yeah, and thank you guys for joining me on YouTube, on TikTok. And you guys have a great night. Bye. Okay, well, if I can press stop, then I guess end it now. All right. Bye, YouTube. Thank you for joining, Monica. I love you. I know it's just one person, but I love you. Thank y'all.